on this computer. Hi, everyone. This is Dr. LJ Rose and Sherry Matthews, and we have our guest here today, who's also a student of the Holistic Health and Life Coaching, Natalia Anaya, and she's also going to be taking the cannabis course down the road too. And how's everybody doing?
Good.
Okay, well, Natalia, you know why I asked you to do this webinar, because you have one of the most amazing stories, and as we also have kind of like visual proof of how CBD, and did you also use THC?
Yes, THCA.
THCA, very interesting. Okay, so you have had psoriasis in the past.
Yes.
Tell everybody who might not know what psoriasis is.
So psoriasis starts in your gut. It's like an autoimmune disease that I honestly had no idea that even started in my gut. It just looked like a little rash, and it spreads really, really fast, and it has a lot to do with what you eat, how you feel. And it took me probably like a month to even figure out what it was. And so in that month, it was just spreading everywhere. And I was calling in sick like every week to work because I just could not put on clothes without itching everywhere. So, I mean, it's something I didn't even know what that was or just anything about it. Nobody in my family even has it. So they also said that it most likely isn't psoriasis because no one in my family has psoriasis.
Mm-hmm. Now, is it painful? I know it itches. I've never had it. So what does it feel like?
It's like a burning sensation, but it itches a lot too, but it burns. So I think it's more painful, like a painful itch.
It's kind of like an exaggerated hives situation, would you say?
Yeah, I really thought that it was like bugs underneath my skin because it like feels like a bunch of things are like biting you, but it's like burning. It's like hot. Your skin is actually hot when it's burning like that too.
Now, once they said that you had psoriasis, what kind of conventional medical treatment did they give you?
So first I felt more like a science project with them because they didn't know that it was psoriasis. They actually lied and said that it was fungus. So they gave me antifungal until I went to another doctor, but through Kaiser, and they said that all my tests came up negative for fungus, so that I needed to stop taking that immediately because it wasn't fungus. And then they gave me steroid cream. The steroid cream I hear works for some people, but it made me worse. Like I put so much on when it was burning that it felt like it was burning more, and it started thinning the skin on my knee.
Oh my goodness.
So it was
and one of the photos,
worst.
it looked like your skin was very thin too. That it looked like it had stretched out. Sherry, did you know Natalia at that time when she was going through psoriasis? How did you guys meet?
I believe I messaged her because she was posting all her holistic remedies and everything. I asked her about the school.
It was through Susie.
Yeah, it was through Susie. I started following her on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Play football, and then I guess was Susie talking about me?
She started talking about like how you tell her all these remedies to take at home, not to take all the medicine that the doctors give her. So I started following you, and then I messaged you when I started following you.
Sherry, you're making me jealous. Are you using Natalia's balm right now with the CBD? Okay, well, we're going to talk about that because she's all right. Now, what got you to start to take it into your own hands and try something like? I remember you telling me on the phone the first time we talked that the idea of anything marijuana related, kind of freaked you out at first. So how did you come to that?
I actually looked down on marijuana. It was really ghetto to me. Mm-hmm. And I didn't like anything that was drugs. But it actually took me doing my own research because I was up at night anyways. So I started looking up remedies, things to help, and marijuana kept popping up. And it was actually the creams that were popping up, like CBD and how it helps with anxiety and all these other feelings. And that's when I learned that it actually has a lot to do with how you feel too. So it was the third opinion that I got when I went and seen a holistic doctor, when he started telling me that CBD would do wonders for me with like how I feel, putting it on my skin. And so I decided to buy it. And the first time I bought it, I actually messed up. I bought THCA. It was rice oil THCA.
And
And
THCA is the non-psychoactive, it's raw THC, raw cannabis, the form before it's actually been decarboxylated, just for people who are not familiar with the term. And
yeah,
you live in California, so you were able to also source these things too, being in California.
yes. And so I started buying the THCA, and I actually had some CBD cream, a little one of a sample that the holistic doctor gave me. And then when I started seeing that it was not only stopped, like it stopped spreading, but it started clearing my scars. And I don't know if it's because it was so early that I had all these marks on my body that it cleared up completely. But like I have no scars because of the CBD and THCA mixture. And that is like, I think the most shocking for everybody that sees those pictures, just because the scars were really bad, but I only had them for like a month.
Let's take a look at these pictures because they're so dramatic. All right, let me go to the share screen here, and we're going to start with this this picture. All right, so right here, this is your leg in this area.
Yes, I'm actually in the hospital right there.
You're in the hospital. So it looks like your skin was stretched. It looks like it's just extremely painful and even bloated, like you had inflammation there too. All right. And what I do is we're starting with the ones where we're seeing, you know, and then you have the amazing ones where you're side by side, which is just going to blow people away. So here you have it. Now, did you have it on both legs?
Yeah, I had it in both legs.
And it would spread like front and back of the leg too?
Yeah, behind my knee, because it was warm back there. So it started spreading back there too.
I just can't imagine how you kept yourself comfortable during a time like that. Look at your arms here, your hand is all, and you can see the leg here too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, this is just, you said that you showed this once to a doctor and he could not even wrap a conventional doctor.
He was actually pretty upset that I said, when I told him that I didn't heal myself with any steroid creams or any medications that they were giving me. He didn't really look happy that I was healing myself like that and that there was no scars, because I remember them telling me there was going to be scars.
This is absolutely amazing. I mean, you said that this was at the point you couldn't work anymore, and you know you were so, it was hard to put clothes on, hard to be sitting down. Yeah,
I could not put clothes on.
All right, and then what are we looking at here? The knee?
That's where it started. Yeah, that's the knee. That's when it started. That's when I started realizing something was wrong.
I went through a period of time I was really stressed out. This many years ago. I was kind of running the clinic in the Hispanic community and doing radio and doing TV, and I started getting, they called it urticaria, you know, like hives all over my body, and it was horrible. So I can't even imagine going through this. But look at this. Look at the before and after on this. All right, so did you ever use CBD a tinctured, like under sublingually, or was it always a topical?
It started always topical. I was too scared in the beginning because I was still learning about it to try it the other way, until I started using it for anxiety. After that cleared up, I started using little drops from Charlotte's Web. But Charlotte's Web is actually more like coconut oil than the actual CBD. So that's how I started, with a very low dosage of CBD. But that's when I first started using it and realized that it really doesn't make me freak out.
What's the time frame here between these two photos?
About a month.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, this is truly a miracle story. Again, here in legs, arms again. Oh, wow. Look at
Oh
that.
my gosh, I remember the neck. The neck probably made me cry almost every night, my neck.
I can't even imagine. So then tell us what you would do. Okay, so were you at this point making your own topicals, or were you or were you buying them?
So a month in, I started making my own because that's when I started getting the essential oils from doTERRA. I started buying different essential oils and researching more about those to help with inflammation and everything. So I started making my own then, and then I was buying the organic cocoa butters and everything from Amazon.
Where which oils specifically were the best ones for you to use for this?
I would say frankincense, myrrh. I think that's how you say it. The
Myrrh,
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 yeah, myrrh. And I used what was another one that I used? The other one I used wasn't from doTERRA because they don't sell it. It's raspberry red raspberry oil.
leaf, the
Yes.
raspberry leaf. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
know that the tea is very anti-inflammatory, like red raspberry leaf tea. I would even think if you would make compresses of the tea, that would be something that would work
Oh
too.
yeah.
Yeah, like for
Yeah.
soothing. If somebody
Mhm.
has a situation like this, is this the last photo? Oh my goodness, look at that.
I wanted to cut my skin off in those pics. I can't believe I had that on my body. It started
No,
bruising. It was getting green
oh,
around it.
yeah, I can see the different colors here. Is this the last photo? Is this the leg? Even your hand. Look at that. It's just unbelievable. All right, so let's stop the share on this one. So then you started actually making commercial products, and we mentioned beforehand that you're expecting a little baby in a few months, and you just moved, so you have things in your boxes. But Sherry, you've got a couple of her products, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, show them. So one of them is a candle. How does that work? Like with
So
having the candle with the CBD?
So the candle, it's more like a massage oil. It's like for comfort and soothing.
Oh, so it's a massage candle, like the soy based, okay, perfect.
Yeah, and I just added CBD to that mixture.
See,
How does
that's a
this?
great idea. We had with my fairy line of products. I was at a trade show, and it was when they first came out, the soy massage candle. So I immediately jumped on that because nobody else had it. But that idea that you would do that with the CBD in it is just brilliant.
I wouldn't put THCA in that though, because I would think that it would become active.
Yes. Well, yes, to a certain degree, because you're changing it would turn into, I think, as the Delta 9 um,
Yeah.
THC because of the heat application to it too. So during this period of time, though, you were not using any actual THC, anything that would make you high.
No, I started using that maybe months into after researching.
And how were you doing that? Was that like right before bed or something? You told me once.
I would actually start doing that if I woke up feeling anxious because I've always had anxiety and I kind of stopped taking my medication cold and I didn't realize that I couldn't control my emotions once you
Mhm.
stop taking it. So that's when I started smoking it more often
Now, were you combusting it or using like a vaporizer?
using the little vape pens that they have at
Mhm.
the
With the
shops.
cartridges? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
the vape pens that you put some flour in or the herb in, and then that heats it up? Or was it an
Yeah,
actual cartridge?
it's an actual cartridge.
Okay. Yeah, vape
It
pen.
looks like, yeah.
Like an e-cigarette. And
Mhm.
then show the balm that because you do the thing where you have crystals in it too. And is this one that has like crystals in it?
This
Oh
one
yeah,
has
yeah.
flowers.
Oh, that has flowers. So
There's,
creative.
and then
Yeah, the butters come with a crystal.
No, what do is it cocoa butter or coconut oil?
It's cocoa. That one's cocoa rose, right?
I don't think I got the cocoa rose.
It's just the cocoa butter.
I think so.
I think that one's the cocoa rose.
Is it? Maybe.
Yeah, because there's rose oil in it. So
Yeah.
I, so
Oh,
yeah.
I'm so jealous.
I
You
can.
got to unpack those boxes. I want some of it.
Yeah, I need to start making more.
What have you noticed, Sherry, from using her products? I mean, you don't have psoriasis, but
What did I? Oh, when I use it on the bottom of my feet, my cracked heels went away. So yeah, it went smooth. So no more cracked heels.
Well,
So
good.
what a great idea. We're going to have to do this.
I'm actually using the cocoa rose on my tummy and
That's good.
my upper, wherever I itch. I'm using it right now. I don't really say that because a lot of people still are iffy about even CBD. So I won't say that I'm using it while I'm pregnant, but I do use it because my back hurts sometimes and it helps me a lot more than taking a Tylenol every night. Like they would
And
rather me
I
do.
would think that would be a lot less damaging,
Yeah.
to good. All right. So anything that you'd like to add, any recommendations to people who are going through these situations?
I would recommend to just do your own research and not to believe everything the doctor tells you, because I think that we all trust our doctors. Like I've always trusted the doctor. I thought the people that were holistic were crazy. So now it's like the other way around. I think it's just more like awakening your own mind to more. There's just so much out there now on the internet that we can do our own research. So I would take advantage of that.
We're brainwashed, really, into believing. I was just speaking to a woman who's one of my course design clients, and she's got RA, rheumatoid arthritis. And she said that she's been hearing a lot about cannabis. And I said, hey, anytime you want to have a conversation about that, she's taking a traditional that's helping to a certain degree, but she knows that making holistic little adjustments here and there might help her. So she's going to look into cannabis too. Probably. Did you hear that thunder? We're having quite a storm. You can't really see from here, but it's gotten really dark here. All right, I am going to end the recording. When do you think you'll be ready to start making products again? Because I'm sure there are people. We don't necessarily sell any particular product through the Natural Wellness Academy, but we're happy to let people know about your products. Do you have a name for them yet, or?
No, I'm still looking for an actual name. It's still under just Wholesome Gypsy on my site, but I haven't found an actual name for the organics.
Right.
Like
is your website what is your website? WholesomeGypsy.com or?
Yeah, it's wholesomegypsy.com.
WHOLESOME gypsy.com.
Gypsy is GYPSEA.
So
like the C instead of
Yes. Oh, that's great. Well, we'll provide also to that too. Actually, well, no, because I don't know if they get to see the chat box I'll put it in there just in case they see that. Oh, we're going to have a really big, that was a big lightning. So be prepared for a big thunder. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, I love thunderstorms. I actually live, the area of Tampa that I live in is considered the lightning capital of the world.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, more lightning than anywhere else in the world. Okay, I'm going to end the recording unless there's something else you want to add.
I'm probably going to start the products when it gets cold, because I'm always really worried about the butter melting in the summer. So now that it's going to be fall, I'll probably start making them again.
We're today's the last day of August. In 2018, people will be listening to this all year round. So just the context of it. We have probably people on the other continent, on the other, they have opposite weathers too. So they're actually going into warm weather, so just so that you know. So probably.
Okay.
And you have got your baby coming in January?
Yes, January 2nd is the due date.
Cool. We're very excited about that. Okay, I'm going to end this. Stop recording.